Welcome to the world of stock market investing. You know, a lot of people see the market as this complex and intimidating place, almost like a casino where luck is the only thing that matters. But honestly, that could not be further from the truth. The stock market isn't a game of chance. It's really a game of skill, discipline, and knowledge. Success isn't just for Wall Street insiders or those financial wizards with advanced degrees. It's available to anyone who's willing to learn a proven set of rules and actually apply them with consistency. Your personal financial success is in your own hands, and the stock market is one of the most powerful tools you can use to build substantial wealth over your lifetime. The key to making money in stocks isn't about buying what you know or just following hot tips. It's really about identifying the very best companies before they make those major price advances. The challenge is figuring out how to find these rare gems among the thousands of publicly traded companies out there. You need a method, a system that can cut through all the noise and the emotions that so often lead investors astray. My own journey started with this intense curiosity about what made the greatest winning stocks of all time tick. I didn't rely on opinion or theory. Instead, I conducted a massive historical study, analyzing every top-performing stock over decades. So let's talk about Canslim. It's not just a catchy acronym, it's actually a complete investment system designed to identify growth stocks that have the potential for massive price appreciation. At its core, Canslim is a growth investing strategy. That means it focuses on companies that are rapidly expanding their sales and earnings. The system combines fundamental analysis, looking at a company's financial health, and technical analysis, studying stock price and volume action. Each letter in the Canslim acronym stands for one of 7 key characteristics that were present in almost every top-performing stock before it made its major advance. Think of it as a 7-point checklist. The C in Canslim stands for current quarterly earnings per share. This is the first, and honestly one of the most critical tests a stock has to pass. What we're looking for are companies that are showing a significant increase in their earnings right now, in the most recent quarter. Think of a company like a professional athlete. You want to bet on the athlete who is currently in peak form, breaking personal records and winning competitions today, not the one who was a champion 5 years ago. For a simple example, imagine a new technology company, Tech Innovate Inc. In the same quarter last year, it earned $1 per share. In the most recently reported quarter, it announced earnings of $1.50 per share. This represents a 50% year-over-year increase in its quarterly earnings. The A in Canslim stands for annual earnings growth. While strong current quarterly earnings are essential, they really need to be supported by a solid track record of growth over time. What we want to see is a pattern of sustained excellence. Let's consider an example. Imagine a retail company called Global Outfitters. In 2022, it earned $2 per share. In 2023, its earnings grew to $2.50 per share. In 2024, they rose again to $3.25 per share. When you combine strong annual growth with the powerful current quarterly earnings we talked about in the last section, you have a potent 1-2 punch. This combination, the C and the A of our system, is the fundamental bedrock of a potential superstock. So, the N in Canslim stands for new. This is, honestly, often the catalyst that propels a good company into the category of a great stock. The greatest stock market advances are, more often than not, driven by something new, something that excites investors and totally changes the future outlook for the company. Think about the history of great American companies. Apple's stock really took off after the introduction of the iPod and later the iPhone. These were game-changing new products. Amazon soared as it revolutionized retail with its new e-commerce and cloud computing services. A simple example would be a pharmaceutical company, let's say BioCure, that has just received FDA approval for a groundbreaking new drug to treat a common disease. This new product could potentially generate billions of dollars in new revenue for the company, completely transforming its earnings potential for years to come. The S in Canslim stands for supply and demand. This is a fundamental economic principle that is the ultimate determinant of any stock's price. We look for situations where there is huge demand for a limited supply of shares. This creates the upward price pressure that leads to spectacular gains. The L in Canslim stands for leader or laggard. In any field of human endeavor, it is the leaders who get the lion's share of the rewards. The same is true in the stock market. You want to own the leading stocks in the leading industries, not the sympathetic movers or the laggards. A great tool to help you identify market leaders is the relative strength, or RS rating. The RS rating measures a stock's price performance over the last year compared to all other stocks. My research shows that the greatest winning stocks typically had an RS rating of 80 or higher before they made their major price move. The I in Canslim stands for institutional sponsorship. This refers to the ownership of a stock by large institutions such as mutual funds, pension funds, and insurance companies. When these smart money players start buying a stock in significant numbers, it is a powerful vote of confidence in the company's future prospects. The final and most crucial letter in our system is M, which stands for market direction. You can do everything else right. Find a company with spectacular earnings, a new product, and strong institutional sponsorship. But if you buy it while the overall stock market is in a major downturn, you will likely lose money. My studies show that 3 out of every 4 stocks, even the very best ones, will follow the direction of the overall market. Trying to fight a bear market is like trying to swim upstream against a powerful current. It is exhausting and usually futile. In summary, the Canslim Method is a comprehensive, time-tested strategy for identifying the market's next big winners. It forces you to focus on the 7 traits that all great stocks have historically shared: stellar current and annual earnings, a new catalyst, laws of supply and demand in your favor, leadership in its industry, institutional sponsorship, and a rising general market. Your job is not to predict, but to follow the rules and the evidence. Do your homework, be disciplined, and have the patience to wait for the right pitches. By mastering this system, you can dramatically improve your investment results and take firm control of your financial destiny.